everyone, today we're with Carol, the Executive Director of Homemade. Hi Carol, thanks for having us today.
Thanks for being here.
We're here to learn more about Homemade, so tell us more about the organization.
So Homemade Houston is a 501c3. We're an affiliate of a national organization which has 19 chapters across the U.S. Our program has been, we're going to be celebrating our 16th year this year, and our primary function is to work with homeless agencies to help them provide additional beds and services in the Houston area.
And is that just giving them homes, or is there like building involved?
So, right, we don't build homes for individuals. Our program will help a nonprofit build maybe a self-sufficiency program that includes beds, additional beds. For an example, Family Promise of Lake Houston is building a 5,400 square foot life skills center that will during the day provide a place for homeless families that they serve to meet with their mentors and their budgeting coaches and their parenting coaches, but also for the community to be able to come and get their GEDs in the evening, and also after school care for kiddos. And so Homemade works with Family Promise. We help find a building captain who then comes into the play here, and he goes to his vendors and he has them discount and donate enough materials and labor to make the cost of building this new center cost affordable for the nonprofit. So they'll be able to add additional beds to the community, additional programs to help more people, and so that's how Homemade comes alongside the nonprofit industry.
Idea about it.
Okay.
I thought you built the homes and I provided the housing for the homeless.
Well, we do, but we do it through the eyes of the agency. So it depends on which organization needs help. So homelessness is our major cause. I mean, that's who we work with, but homelessness comes in a lot of different factions. So we just put a roof on Vital Living. They work with adult individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. If Vital Living wasn't providing their housing, this is a population that would be completely homeless and vulnerable to everybody and to the clients of that program. So Vital Living needed a new roof on one of their buildings. Well, nonprofits run very close in their budgeting, so they're not always allowed or able to do that. What we were able to do was work with Roof Tech, a member of the GHBA, and they gave us a very discounted rate, so we were able to put a brand new roof. So that would have been 4 to 8 beds that might have been lost in the community if Homemade hadn't been able to step in. And so yes, so while we do build, but we personally don't do it. We match the builder with the nonprofit for the very best assistance. Yes.
Wow. Thank you for that. And how long has you said it's been 16 years, right?
Yes.
And you just started, you said
right.
New to the position.
I started July 1st. Yes, so it's been 90 days since I began. It's a wonderful organization. There's an amazing team that works on development and community outreach, public relations, marketing, and they're incredible. They're absolutely incredible to work with. I feel very fortunate. It's been 3 months of learning so much and meeting so many new people, and I love every minute of it. It's been great. It's been great.
That's good to hear. And how did you become involved in Homemade?
So Beth Moser, the executive director who's been here for 13 years, was a mentor of mine. And I was the executive director for Family Promise at Lake Houston. So I've worked with homeless families with kids for 23 years, all over the country. And that was what I did for a living, was counsel and work with homeless families to help them get back on their feet. And so when I was speaking with Beth, and the closer we became and the more I learned about Homemade, I became very passionate about Homemade and what they do and how they're connected with the GHBA and all that looks like in the community, and what a powerful way to impact homelessness at a whole different level than I have been doing. And so the opportunity to be able to do it in this position was really a dream come true. So I was really grateful for the opportunity.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So you've done it for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the difference between what you were doing at
Yes.
a different scale, I'm guessing, and this is just bigger and at a larger scale.
Mhm. They reach so many more individuals, and I think that's been kind of the mystique about Homemade is that a lot of people don't understand that we're working with every sector of homelessness. So it's not just families with kids, it's not just individuals, it's adults with disabilities, it's veterans, which is the second largest class of homelessness in America today. The average age of homelessness in America today is 9 years old. So, right, so get that, 9 years old. The second number that comes to the top is the number of homeless vets that are out there. So Homemade makes this huge footprint by working with children, singles, domestic violence, veterans, all of those sanctioned at one time. And that's a huge footprint. And that's what Homemade does. Which is an incredible legacy in the community.
Absolutely, I agree. And so would you say that's what people say that is the best thing about Homemade, that they reach all kinds of people that need the help?
Yes, I think that's what agencies would say. They would say this is a group that works with all factions of homelessness.
And what would you say, what would show us good results from the programs and the organization?
So in the 54 projects that we've done today, we've added over $14 million in actual real estate in the community that serves homelessness, which is a huge number. It's a huge number. And it just keeps growing. I mean, we just finished our final Homemade care project for the year last week, which was putting the roof on the Vital Living program. And then we are already slated for the new programs going into 2020. So we do 2 major builds every year, and then we do 4 to 6 homemade care projects, which is either rehab or repair of an existing nonprofit and what they need to do to make their programming work. So like the roof at Vital
Yes.
Living, or maybe doing the restructuring at, say, Tiny Treasures for their facility.
Yes.
And they provide daycare for homeless families or homeless individuals while they go to work. So
someone takes care of
Cor-
their kids
correct.
and they can hold the
yes,
job.
exactly, and then get on their feet. So
Yes.
all of that raises the whole continuum of care from homelessness to getting onto your feet and moving forward.
What do you think you will spend most of your time in now that you're in the position? Like, what will you be focusing on?
So going forward, and obviously I have been left with an amazing starting point that has made this organization such a solid and really amazing group of people to work with. So really all I can do is take what she started with and kind of run with it. So my focus this year is going to be getting agencies to really know us. And so Emily, who is community outreach on our staff, she's going to be doing an agency lunch early in the year and gathering agencies together so we can talk to them about what projects we can do going forward. Working on the major projects, obviously, is going to be a handful because I haven't done it before, so it'll be new and exciting for me. And so we're working on, we're just getting ready to finish up Boys and Girls Country Cottage, and they work with children who are at highest risk, and they're either out of foster care, or they've timed out of foster care, or they're through the CPS program.
So they're 18 and older, is that when they time?
Not necessarily. So some of these kids their children are anywhere from about 12, 14 on up if they've been taken out of the CPS care. So this is a safe place for them to go and live as a family in these cottages, and it's an amazing organization.
I did not know that kids are just taking
A lot of people don't realize that when a child is at risk, the most important thing is their safety, and that's what this organization, Boys and Girls Country Cottage, does. And so we're finishing the bill probably in February of 2020. Empire Builders is our builder, and they're connected with Wood Forest National Bank. And so there's a lot of entities who kind of come together to make this happen, right? And so that'll finish in February. Family Promises, the Promise House will finish We'll start early January 2020 and we'll end probably August 2020. So right now I'm working on finishing those 2 builds and then going forward with getting ready for 3rd and 4th quarter 2020, which we've already chosen a couple of projects that we're going to start working with. It's nonstop. And then our social media presence is going to be our next grouping that we're working on. Yep. And but we've got great people who are doing great things. So all I can say is I'm excited.
And are you also having to reach out and talk to those entities and have them be on the phone, or how does that work?
I'm really a one-on-one person. I like to meet and hear the vision of the nonprofit and the agency and what it is that they see that they need, and just be able to see if they're able to do that, because it's not every agency that comes to us is given a project. It doesn't work that way. They're highly vetted. We have to make sure that if we go to such lengths that we are building a brand new building, can they maintain it financially? Are they able to understand all aspects of the building process, and have they raised their portion of it? So if we're building a building, the building captain is able to help them really almost eliminate 40 to 50% of the cost. So where it might cost a nonprofit $1 million, not connected with Homemade, with their connection with Homemade, they're able to maybe not have to raise 50% of it. Exactly. They can take that money and use it for new programming or new beds or their next new project, which gives everybody the ability to grow. The capacity building is endless.
Yes, and how to get the help from those other outside agencies to help the entities?
So, and this is where the GHBA comes in, and they have been amazing with Homemade. So the Greater Houston Building Association has every type of builder and one-offs that you can think of. So between luxury homes and volume homes and the remodelers counselor and council, all of these groups have got builders, roofers, all of those. And so we approach a builder and we talk to them and say, this is the agency and this is what they're providing our community, and they're an amazing group, and we feel like this would be a great opportunity because you have a love for X, Y, or Z to maybe come together and do this. And so that's the big piece. And we couldn't, yes, we couldn't do that without the GHBA and all the volunteers on Homemade's board. All of those individuals serve on different committees that help find building captains and find volunteers and work with the vendors for donations. So there's an entire scope of people who do all of that.
Team effort.
It is a huge team effort, and they're amazing. Yeah, they're amazing.
So what will be your goals for the nonprofit in the next 3 to 5 years? What are your plans,
So,
long term?
Well, long term, we would like to be able to do 5 to 6 homemade care projects. And those are the smaller remodels, and that is at no cost at all to the nonprofit. That's us. So on our behalf, our fundraising efforts will be greater to fund those. But in addition to that, we're going to add 3 to 4 going forward, what we call homemade care days. So it's just a one-day thing where we'll go in and maybe remodel a bathroom or do a full landscaping project or whatever that looks like for a nonprofit, again, at no cost to them, for us. And so the goals are really going to be very simple. We want to engage and bring about a great story of what Homemade really does, so people can see the face of what homelessness looks like, coupled with adding more community outreach opportunities for companies, for other agencies that really need that kind of one-day project, and so they can reach out for us. And then just being able to show gratitude for all of these builders and real estate agents and developers and roofers and all of the trades that really make what we do simple and straightforward. So, yeah, and help the community.
So Homemade is like the little fairy godmother of the smaller nonprofits.
I love that idea. And yeah, sometimes I really do feel a bit like a fairy godmother. I mean, when I went over last week and watched them put the roof on, Vital Living was so grateful, and they were just like, we could not have done this without you, and it just came. it just came to them, and it was a blessing to be able to do that for them. So
Yeah,
I was
we are
really
busy
grateful.
helping other people, so
That's their job.
who's helping us,
Exactly.
and donate
Yes.
is helping them.
Exactly. Perfect analogy.
Very accurate.
Thanks.
Okay, so how can the community or investors help?
So just like everything else, what we do, it does cost money. We are a 501c3, so people are giving, and that giving just grows. We'll make every penny count. So people can donate financially, obviously. Those in the building trades who want to get involved as a building captain, or who want to get involved with donation of products, these are things that you can absolutely do, and we can bring those. We can bring those to the nonprofits who are in need. So the other day, somebody came up to me and said, "My organization or my trade has some furniture and some office things to give away. Do you have an agency that needs that?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And then we'll reach out to all of our agencies and say, "We have lamps, we have flooring, we have this," and we're able to give them those products that they're needing. So yeah, so
that's what Homey needs the most right now.
right now, we
Just
need
people who
finance and people who want to help and be part of it, and also groups who want to be part of the community effort, and that includes people at the college level, people who, they just have a group of people who want to do something over spring break instead of going away, they want to get involved. We can find a way to get them involved. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing, Carol.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We learned so much.
I'm glad.
Thanks.
Sure.